Hey everyone, I'm super excited to share my time at Disneyland with you guys. Yep, we hit up all the classics, and I had a chance to ride Big Thunder Mountain for the first time this year. We also visited Somewhere Beyond, the new gift shop over at the Haunted Mansion, and then popped over to California Adventure, try some of the food at the Food and Wine Festival. Yeah, that Mickey Macaron was delicious. Of course, we rode some attractions while we were there as well. Then, in the evening, we stopped by Din Tai Fung for an amazing meal. And drinks at the Cantina over at Galaxy's Edge. We caught the new Skywalker Saga show and sampled some of the foods from Season of the Force. Then we hit Autopia, which we'd never done before, and had a really good time. So join me. We're going to kick things off, though, at the Disneyland Hotel. So I want to kind of give you guys a quick tour, show you our room, and many of the public spaces. Here are the villas at the Disneyland Hotel. Not going over that one because we did stay there last year, so you can check out that video for a full tour. Here are the slides and pool. It is such a nice resort, and the nostalgia is everywhere. But let's kick things off at Adventure Tower. Hey everybody, Hank with Outer Rim Travels here. Welcome to our room here at the Disneyland Hotel. So last year, we stayed just across the way over there at Discovery Tower, which is the DVC Villas. Super nice rooms, but somehow there's just something a little extra magical about the originals. So you've got, fantasy, adventure, and frontier. Every year, I've asked for Adventure Tower, and this year, we finally got it. I mean, really, the only advantage is you're just a little bit closer to security over there at Downtown Disney. I mean, not a big deal. Just a little closer than walking over from, the Discovery or the Frontier Tower. So anyway, that's it. Just a little closer. We're going to check out the room, then explore the property a little bit, and head into Downtown Disney to try to get on the wait list for Din Tai Fung. This was kind of a last minute trip and reservations are gone. So I think got a little wait list. The gentleman said if we arrive, usually max is an hour wait. So, we'll see. We're two people. Maybe they can squeeze us in. Let's see what happens. But anyway, let's check out the room. Come on, let's go. As you walk in, you're going to find your bathroom over here on the left. And here's some of those magical touches I was talking about. See the little lamp with Mickey's hand? So cute. Here you've got your bathtub and shower. And off on this side, your Disney shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. I love those scents. Here is your toilet in its own little separate space. As you walk in, check out the firework carpeting, and there are hidden Mickeys there. This is the desk where I started editing this vlog. Here's your big flat screen TV. I love the names on there. And your little dresser. You've got an ice bucket and some cups over here, and your Keurig coffee maker on this side. In here, you've got the mini fridge. Decent sized mini fridge. And then, off on the left, you've got a sleeper sofa. So you can have an additional guest in this room. Yeah, the artwork in these rooms is one of those things that tugs at the heartstrings. Got a little chair on this side, and your super comfy queen-size beds with storage space underneath for your luggage. See that? Let's check out the view. Over here, you've got the Frontier and Discovery Towers. There's a beautiful pool there, and the Fantasy Tower on the right. Check out that headboard. And here's a classic photo of Walt by the castle. In the lobby, you've got a display for Adventureland. Each building kind of has their own little thing. There's another photo of Walt in the Tiki Room. Now, Fantasy Tower is where you're going to check in. So let's walk through the main space. Over here on the left, you've got a seating area. And this is the front desk on the right. Of course, there's no need to swing by here if you've already checked in via the app. Off Off on this side, you've got the elevators. And I thought this artwork was really pretty. Incorporates everything from Epcot to Aulani and Disney Cruise Line. Definitely a world of magic. Here's some of that nostalgia I was talking about. All these gorgeous photos. And there is Walt with a map of his park. Right next to that, you've got the original owner of the hotel, Jack Rather, and his wife, Bonita. Here are the first two kids to enter Disneyland, Michael and Christine, and they got complimentary lifetime admission to the park. Here are the Sherman Brothers, the writers of our childhood soundtrack. There's a gorgeous map of Disneyland. And you've got Walt's iconic words right here. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Then off on the right, you've got the little gift shop. There's the Fantasia shop. All the merch you can think of. And just outside, they've got this cute little topiary. Not sure if that's just for Easter, if it's always there, but really cute. And here's a shot of the slides and their little pools. So there are several food and drink options at the Disneyland Hotel. You've got Tangaroa Terrace on the left and Trader Sam's over here on the right. This is your tiki room, just like we have at the Polynesian over at Walt Disney World. And Tangaroa Terrace is your quick service dining. So you've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner available. And of course, you can place your order in the Disneyland app. There you go. That's your quick tour of the Disneyland Hotel. Let's hit the parks. Good morning, everyone. Heading into Disneyland. Well, downtown Disney. We just left the Disneyland Hotel, crossing security, and we'll see you on the other side. Come on. Once you clear security, you're going to see Din Tai Fung right there on the right. We didn't give up. We still were determined to dine there, even though the wait that first night was over 200 minutes. And here on the left, you've got the Star Wars store. So here's your Star Wars trading post. And let's zip through downtown Disney. Paseo is actually where we had dinner that first night when we couldn't get into Din Tai Fung. It's actually pretty good. Oh my gosh, the sweets shop smells so good, you guys. And had to grab our Starbucks, so pro tip for you, mobile order. Head to the back, grab your coffee, and keep on walking. Welcome to Disneyland, everyone! It's so crazy that just a few months back, we were at Disneyland Paris, and now here we are, Disneyland California. I just love the vibe here. I keep saying that, and I was telling Lee, it's just so different. It's so mellow and chill, and the people are so nice. Very, very different from what we're used to at Walt Disney World. I will say that. But we're back, and we're headed over to the castle. Want to walk through the castle, and then do some of Fantasyland. I don't think last year we had a chance to do Snow White or Peter Pan, so we're going to shoot for those. Let's head on in. Come on. Evie and I were unable to ride Snow White in Disneyland Paris. For some reason, it was down that morning. So really happy we were able to ride it on this particular trip. Oh my goodness, there she is. So scary. There's nothing quite like these classic attractions, and you know, they'll always be my favorite, no matter what. From there, we went to Alice in Wonderland, which has quickly become one of Lee's favorites. He had never been on it until last year, and now, he really, really enjoys it. It's so cute and so colorful, but they are hard to film because they move so quickly, you know? From there, Mr. Toad, and we got Toadie. This one's one of my favorites. I just love it. It's chaotic and crazy and really, really a wild ride. So in case you didn't know, there's actually only one Mr. Toad inside the attraction, and there he is in the statue. Back in the day, Imagineers felt that the rider was assuming the protagonist's role in the attraction. So that's why we end up going to hell, because we're Mr. Toad at the moment. So no Peter Pan, unfortunately. The lines were crazy, but we did get into Pinocchio, which is, of course, another one of my faves. And we did get to ride this one in Paris, which was really cool to kind of, compare and contrast. And it's interesting that The version in Anaheim also has the Mona Lisa, which I pointed out in my Paris video. I had never noticed that before. But so cute. Well, it's time to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Well, as you know, this is going to be my very first time riding Big Thunder this year because Walt Disney World is closed for refurbishment, and when we got to Disneyland Paris, same thing, was closed over there. So Evie and I did not get to ride back in February. So here we go. We're going to actually ride Big Thunder here at Disneyland. And it's cool because it's a mirror image of the one that we have at Walt Disney World. This Big Thunder was closed for a year back in 2013. They redid the track, and added some scenery and special effects and things, which is what the Walt Disney World version is going through right now. So I usually use an action camera to film coasters. This is the first time I use my DJI Pocket 3. I was a little nervous about it, holding on tight to that thing. I was pointing out Billy and the dynamite delete.
The new area? No. Here we go.
Here are some of these special effects we can expect next year when Big Thunder Mountain reopens at Walt Disney World. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I think it'll be worth the wait. And who knows, maybe thanks to the brand new track, our version will be just as smooth, as this one. I guess we'll find out next year. Can you hear all the people screaming? We were just having a ball. Yeah, I'm really glad we had a chance to finally ride Big Thunder Mountain. That was so fun, and I'm really glad we finally got to ride it this year. That was awesome, but I was telling Lee, it's a little more mellow than the Walt Disney World version. I think ours is a lot more aggressive.
Faster.
And faster, he says, yeah. But very nice and super happy we got to ride it. Heading to Haunted Mansion. Let's go. And speaking of refurbishment, the Haunted Mansion actually went through quite a refurbishment, and all this area that we're seeing here in the front is brand new as of last November, I believe. I honestly do not remember this little pet cemetery over here on the right. If you remember it, please let me know in the comments below. I think I had only ridden once before it closed down for refurbishment. Yeah, so last time I was here, this queue right in front of the mansion did not exist. So relatively new. I think at the end of last year is when that opened, and makes a huge difference. So this will be Lee's first time riding Haunted Mansion here at Disneyland. We'll get his kind of feedback at the end. So have you visited the Haunted Mansion since, the changes? And how do you feel about everything? I mean, is it an improvement in your opinion? Or did you like how it worked before? I'm just curious, so drop me your comment below. Let me know, yay or nay. Okay, let's get ready to ride. Here are the Doom buggies there on the right. Here's that endless hallway, and the Hatbox Ghost over at Walt Disney World is in this corner here. They've got that classic Donald Duck chair, though. So some of these things will look familiar, right? And you've got that famous ballroom scene, for some reason clearer here in Disneyland than the version at Walt Disney World. In mid-January of this year, this new version of the Bride was introduced, so she's pretty much brand new. What do you think? You like this one, or did you like the previous version? And there's our old pal, the Hatbox Ghost. It's always cool to see him. When folks ask me what is my favorite Disney ride, it's Haunted Mansion. I mean, hands down. I love it. And that's why it was really exciting to see a completely different version at Disneyland Paris. That was a real blast. Careful, Gus, Ezra, and Phineas are looking to follow you home. Alright, so let's check out the brand new Somewhere Beyond store. And there is Madame Leota herself. And this is the original lamp from when the attraction opened back in 1969, along with Leota's crystal ball. Isn't that cool? And up here in the rafters, you've got Leota's cat, Spirit. So, the cast members were telling us that there are 6 Ouija boards hidden throughout the store. There's one up there in that corner. And of course, Lee and I were looking everywhere for them. See how many you can spot. I'll give you a hint. There is one coming up over here on the right. It's pretty well hidden. And then, of course, you've got all the merch that you can possibly think of. This little section dedicated to the Nightmare Before Christmas. And across the way, you've got your Haunted Mansion gear. I'm not affiliated with Roosevelt's, but I do have quite a collection at this point. I've got a couple of Haunted Mansion shirts. It's nice to see these in the park now. Got some more Haunted Mansion merch on this side. And Lee was pointing out that his daughter has this dress, but only it's black. And here it's a purple version. It's cute though. So what do you guys think of the little store? I mean, do you think it's long overdue? Are you glad that they added this little shop at the exit to the attraction? I mean, Memento Mori at Walt Disney World's been there as long as I can remember, so it's kind of hard to believe that Disneyland didn't have their own little retail shop near the attraction. That was Lee's very first time on Haunted Mansion here at Disneyland. Let's see what he thought.
I loved it. It's so nice to get to see it for the first time in a new space.
And different, right?
It's completely different to me. A lot of the same things, but in a different spot. And the ceremony, the wedding, is that the wedding thing down there where they're dancing on the bottom?
Yeah.
It's so clear. You can see everything crystal clear. I love it.
I know ours has a bit of a mesh and it kind of creates this foggy effect, but very clear. And
so cool.
Hatbox is in a very cool place too.
Yeah,
The Hatbox Ghost.
he's in a cool spot. And then there's his new shop. That's awesome in there too. A lot of hidden stuff in there.
Yeah, we had way too much fun in that shop. They told us all about the hidden Ouija boards and Leota's cat.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Wait, hold on. It's coming to Spirit. Spirit the cat.
That's right, Spirit.
Was fun. A lot of fun.
Now heading over to grab something to eat. Let's go that way.
Yep.
I can't visit Disneyland and not have a Monte Cristo, but I will say I prefer the sandwich version to this waffle. The hot chocolate was good though. So Lee and I decided to take the train over to the front of the park. That way we could walk across to Californian Adventure, to grab our bites to eat. But check out the train, how it faces the side. And that's because there's an interesting surprise up ahead. So we did get a glimpse of It's a Small World, which is currently under refurbishment. And when it reopens, they will add Miguel and Dante from Coco to the Mexico section. So that'll be something cute to look forward to. See the Matterhorn back there? So now we're gonna pass Autopia, and a little later in the video, don't miss Lee and I maneuvering the little cars through Autopia. It's pretty funny. So between Tomorrowland and Main Street, you've got this section of the Grand Canyon and some of the woodland animals. So it's actually perfect that the seats of the train face these displays so that you can think of the train as more of an attraction. Actually, the monorail, same thing. The seats face the windows so you can look out toward the street as you're riding the monorail. Then over here, you've got the Land of the Dinosaurs coming up, which is really interesting. And Walt loved these audio animatronic dinosaurs. I'm sure at that time they were the largest audio animatronic the company had ever created. Check them out. It's pretty cool that this is actually still around to this day. Kind of bums me out that we are losing dinosaurs at Animal Kingdom. I wish they had found a way to keep the dinosaurs in the park somehow. I understand, the new attractions coming in and all that, but somehow, dinosaurs are a part of Animal Kingdom. They were a part of the early concept of it, so wish they would have kept that in somehow. Okay, ready to check out some food? We didn't have a chance to ride Incredicoaster this time, but we've been on it a bunch, so next time. Yeah, it's a fun one. All right, clearly we're here at California Adventure for the second half of our day. We are going to try a bunch of the festival foods. I've got a few picked out, and I think Lee's got some of his, so we're going to share that with you guys. Let's see. Let's go eat. I'm starving, actually. Come on. We kick things off at Mercado de Antojos. And Lee grabbed one of each. You'll see in a sec. So here is the tres leches dessert and his mac and cheese. Lee's trying his first little food here at Food and Wine. Let's see what he thinks.
This is excellent. Oh my God. I have an avocado, cilantro. I don't know what, but it's so good. This meat is delicious. Uh-oh. Little piece fell on my dessert.
And the dessert is a tres leches, so we're gonna try that.
Good of the video, I'm gonna try dessert now. It's excellent. I love tres leches, and it's coffee. Ooh, that's so good. It's like an espresso one.
Oh, it's like an espresso.
Ooh.
I gotta try that too.
Fantastic.
From there, we went over to LA Style, which was my pick. But Lee also ordered a Western barbecue burger bao for himself. There it is. I guarantee you it tastes a lot better than it looks. Okay, so it's my turn. I'm going to try the Western barbecue burger bao. Just check it out, see what it tastes like. Oh, it's good. I told you it's good. And you're right. It reminds me of the little baos at Pandora.
It's good with the barbecue sauce.
Over there at Animal Kingdom.
Barbecue sauce.
Just with barbecue, yeah. Does taste kind of like the little McDonald's cheeseburger, Western style. That's 5 stars from me. And next up, California Craft Brews. Yeah, I had heard good things about these lemon pepper wings, and they did not disappoint. There you go. Okay, now we're going to try the lemon pepper wings. Let's check them out and see what it's like. Is this like a ranch dressing or something?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read it. You want to look at the book?
Yeah. I'll try it. I'll try anything once. Let's see.
It's good?
Oh, yeah. Delicious. I think that's so far my favorite. had a bit of a pizza craving, so I went to grab a slice real quick. Not part of the festival, but delicious nonetheless. Yeah, the pizza's delicious, but that's not really what I wanted to mention. I've had this pizza before, and it's not part of the festival, but this particular festival, I've noticed they have lots of little booths lined up and little tables lined up everywhere. So there's seating for folks. You don't necessarily have to go and find yourself a trash can, to dine upon. Lots of little tables. I wish they would do more of that over at Epcot, at our festivals, at Food and Wine and things like that. So just an observation. Pizza was great. So far, everything's been pretty good. Love those chicken wings. We have a giant Mickey macaron that we're going to try next. The macaron was located at Uncork, California. Lee has a drink. Let's see what he's drinking. Doesn't that look great?
It's a lychee mango cocktail. And look at that beautiful lychee. Oh, that's so good. It is delicious.
Hold on. He's saying something.
Oh, delicious.
It tastes like Snickers. Tastes like a Snickers bar with a little, I guess, the texture of a macaron,
yes,
but the flavor of a Snickers bar. Delicious. Very nice way to end our little treats here at the Food and Wine Festival. Love it. And that was a first for both of us. Neither Lee or myself had ever been to Food and Wine out at California Adventure. We had an awesome time. Can't wait to do it again. Hopefully next year. Naturally, there were a couple of attractions that we did want to ride, so we made our way over to Avengers Campus to hit Web Slingers. And the lines were a little crazy, so we opted for single rider. We've done it, together before, so not a big deal. But I boarded and I was bragging about how great my score was at Disneyland Paris. Here, I only hit 151,000. So the kid with 222,000 kicked my butt. Then it was off to Radiator Springs Racers, and the lines were insane, you guys. Probably a couple hours, and we boarded in about a half hour. So single rider does make a difference sometimes. I love this attraction, and I think overall, Imagineering did an amazing job with Cars Land. It's just so beautiful and so immersive. And this is one of my favorite attractions out on the West Coast, without a doubt. We stopped by the Grand Californian real quick to check out the Star Wars Galactic creation. Last year, the Millennium Falcon was so impressive. But I think this Death Star takes the cake, you guys. Check that out. So on our way back to the hotel, we saw there was no line for the bar over at Din Tai Fung. And they sat us in 5 minutes. What? Yep, it was a super nice surprise. We got to have dinner at Din Tai Fung. Here's our cucumber appetizer and the little ribs. And here are the lychee martinis. And our bartender making my DTF Old Fashioned. Check that out. It was so good, you guys. Oh my goodness. Here is our pork xiao long bao. So you poke them and the little soup comes out. Delicious. And our noodles with peanut sauce. And here's a sweet cream that goes with the chocolate baos, which are to die for. Guys, we just had dinner at Din Tai Fung here at Downtown Disney, and it was spectacular, as good as I remember from Las Vegas. So I want to get Lee's thoughts, first time for him, and let's see what he has to say.
It was fantastic. Worth the wait. We sat at the bar so we could jump right in. Everything was wonderful. So good. So if you get a chance, you got to stop in. The cucumbers were great. Pasta was good. What else do we have?
The
bao, yeah, the little, everything was just so good. And the ribs, oh man, they were great. And I don't eat ribs.
The drinks.
Oh yes, those were good too, except for the old fashioned.
Old Fashioned was the bomb. It was so good. It was the Din Tai Fung old fashioned, and it was delicious. So I'm gonna give it 10 out of 5 stars. And you?
Yeah, that was very good. There was nothing better that we've had. It was great.
Yeah, so glad we got a chance because the wait list really said 208 minutes. I think it was 208 minutes. It's insane. Yesterday they said 4 to 5 hours wait time. So today, sat at the bar and made it happen.
And it was fat.
So you're happy, right?
Yes, it was great. Staff was good. Everybody was really great.
Yeah, everyone was really, really nice. So really glad that we got a chance to dine here. All right,
Well.
now we need a little break because we're exhausted. Let's head in
Bye for now.
to the hotel. And break we did. I took a nice shower, got ready with my Star Wars outfit for the Season of the Force part of the trip. So check out the ride on the monorail. I wanted to kind of show you guys, what the original monorail looks like and how you face outward instead of, forward like we do at Walt Disney World. These seats face the windows so you can get a clear view of the streets and the buildings and things, especially as you approach Disneyland. There you go. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to get back already. Are you planning to attend the 70th celebration? I sure am, and I can't wait to return a little later this year. So you can see Space Mountain there in the distance, and Matterhorn a little further back. There it is. So the plan actually was to ride Hyperspace Mountain. Lee and I both rode last year and loved it, but the lines were insane. So we opted for Autopia. And it's not something that I normally ride, but Lee was so excited to do it. And I've got to admit, I had a good time too. So it was a lot of fun. Here we go.
Yeah. How much fun. How can you not crash without this thing? These cars don't even go straight. Oh, yes. I love it back
So
here.
we couldn't get on Hyperspace Mountain, and Lee decided we were going to do Autopia. My first time.
My first time.
But look, he's having a blast. Okay.
It's so much fun.
And yeah,
Beautiful it is.
they told you, do not bump the car in front of you.
Look how beautiful it is out here, though.
I love the weather.
Look at all this great stuff you've never seen. Look at that. Look.
What is that? That's a little Honda robot with an owl? Oh, there's the Matterhorn.
Yeah. Tunnels and stuff, too.
There it is. Wow, it really smells like gasoline.
This is classic.
Look here. What's that? Why is he torturing that poor bird?
I know. Look at this. It's off-roading. This is so cool.
Are we off-roading?
Yeah, look, it's up on the side.
I can't see a thing.
This is so crazy. In the sun, it would be a nightmare. We would be baking.
It's over?
Yeah! What do you mean? That was super long.
That wasn't that long.
Por favor, reduzcan la velocidad y mantengan una distancia mínima de un largo de auto entre su vehículo y el de adelante. Para parar.
All right, so you like that?
That was so much fun!
Gracias.
It was a huge track. So long. That was fun.
It was a huge track. I still want to ride Hyperspace Mountain though. Kind of bummed that the line was so long and the single riders, they were just all hanging out there on the floor. It seemed like it was going to take way, way too long. And after this, we're heading over to Batu. Do not bump the car in front of you. Okay, everyone, welcome to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There definitely is something special about Galaxy's Edge at night. Just love the vibe of it. Right? What do you think? Do you have a preference? Daylight or evening? Let me know in the comments. So we had our reservation for the Cantina. But of course, couldn't miss the fireworks. And this was our first time experiencing the fireworks from Batuu at Disneyland. Unfortunately, what you are not hearing is all the Star Wars music that goes along with the fireworks presentation. But, for copyright reasons, we cannot use that music. It wasn't long before they called our name. We headed into Oga's Cantina. Now, keep in mind, we were so stuffed at this point, and in Disneyland, they actually have some different offerings at Oga's that we don't have at Walt Disney World. But I think I'm just gonna go for a drink because can't eat another bite. I love the vibe of Oga's Cantina. It just never gets old. So, here is the Hyperdrive Punch It. It's non-alcoholic, but super tasty. And there's Rex. Who remembers him as the Star Tours pilot back in the day? Alright, so I did have to try one more little thing, specifically because it was Season of the Force treat. Okay, this is strictly for science because I've eaten way too much today. I'm stuffed. But we wanted to try, one of these Season of the Force special treats. So I've got, what's it called, Lee? Fried Falumpaset cheese skewer. Okay, so let's check this out.
Here we go.
Interesting. Yes, they're little French fries. Kind of like stuck to the sides of it. I think it's hard to follow up Din Tai Fung, to be honest. So anything I eat at this time is, not gonna even measure up. But glad to give it a try. Out of 5 stars, probably 3. Yeah, and that's being generous. We wrapped up our day by experiencing Shadows of Memory, a Skywalker Saga, which is the new projection show specifically created for Season of the Force. So as you can see, these spires kind of come to life with these projections. Isn't that cool? And it tells us the story of the Skywalker family, starting with Anakin. That looks familiar. Mustafar. And then, going all the way through Luke and Leia's stories. It's actually really beautiful. But unfortunately, since I can't use the music or audio, this video can never do it justice. You'll have to go watch it in person through May 11th, 2025. And that's going to do it for another trip out here to the Disneyland Resort. Loved staying at the Disneyland Hotel. Yeah, I think it's my favorite. This is probably my 3rd or 4th time here at this hotel. Love it so much. Awesome time just riding all the classic attractions at Disneyland. And then all the foods we ate. And then top of that, just more foods at Din Tai Fung. So we're leaving full and happy and excited to come back for the 70th at some point. I'm thinking, the holiday season, more or less. Lee says he won't be back this year, but I have a feeling he will. So we'll see. Gotta check out the Walt Disney animatronic, Anyway, the next video is a special one. We were invited by Universal to visit Epic Universe for one of the big previews. So super, super excited about that. Gonna finally step into the brand new theme park, explore all the worlds. Of course, I'm going straight into the Wizarding World. And check out the foods and things there. I'll bring you guys all of that. I'm going to bring you with me. I'm going to try and do that one a little more kind of YouTube live style, just as I'm walking through the park, exploring everything. Let's see how it goes. Try something new. Anyway, that's going to do it. I will catch you on the next one for Epic. And as always, have an out of this world day. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.